Hello, I am Professor Rathod. Now I am going to deliver on the topic of thermal power plant. This is the view of thermal power plant. This is the view of thermal power plant. This is big diameter, you can see, that is called as cooling towers, and the height which is having, those are called as chimney. Chimney are around 150 meters in the height. Then in the introduction of thermal power plant, a thermal power plant converts the heat energy of coal into electrical energy. Coal is burnt in a boiler which converts the water into steam. That is why the boiler is called as a steam generator. The expansion of steam in the turbine produces mechanical power which drives the alternator coupled to the turbine. So here the mechanical works happens. Then thermal power plants are contribute maximum to the generation of power of any country. Thermal power plant constitute 75.43% of total installed captive and non-captive power generation in India. The thermal generating stations, coal, oil, natural gas, etc., are employed as primary source of energy. The working principle: firstly, the water is taken into the boiler from the water source. The boiler is heated with help of coal. The increase in temperature helps the transformation of water into steam. The steam generated in the boiler is sent through the water turbine. The turbine has blades that rotate when high velocity steam flows across them. This rotation of turbine blades is used to generate electricity. A generator is connected to the steam turbine. When the turbine runs, electricity is generated and given as out by the generator, which is then supplied to the consumer through high voltage power lines, that is HV power lines, high voltage power lines. Now this is the general layout of thermal power plant. Thermal power plant basically consists of main four elements, that is boiler, turbine, condenser and pump. But this is the layout of thermal power plant. There are, again, this is boiler is connected with ash handling, again connected with precipitation and the air preheater. That precipitation is connected to the chimney so that the exhausted flue shall be goes out to the atmosphere at the very high level so that there shall be no pollution. Then to the boiler the fuel is supplied on the strength of fuel, whatever the different fuel, coal, coke, oil, etc., etc. Then after generation of steam in the boiler, after supplying the heat, that steam goes to the turbine. As you can see the diagram in the turbine is always connected with the generator, also called as alternator, and that is the three-phase supply is given to the turbine and given to the generator. Then the turbine, the exhaust steam goes to the condenser. After supplying the water through the cooling tower, that condenses, it means that steam is going to convert it into the water, that goes to the pump, that is called as condensate water pump. Then it goes to the economizer is such a equipment in that so many number of tubes, in that inside the tubes there is a water shall be heated with the help of the steam which is coming out from this condensate pipe, so that without applying any extra heat the water is heated, and that through the economizer the hot water is supplied, as well as through the air preheater the hot air is supplied to the boiler so that the efficiency can be increased. So these air preheater and economizer are the accessories which is supplied to the boiler and which increases the efficiency of the boiler, so that the mountings and accessories of the boiler are the main equipment which increases the efficiency of the boiler or increases the efficiency of the whole system. The main equipment of the system: coal handling plant, pulverizing plant, boiler, turbine, condenser, cooling tower and ponds, feed water heater, economizer and air preheater. These are the main equipments of this system. Now what is boiler? Exactly the function of boiler to generate the steam at a desired pressure and temperature by transferring heat produced by burning of fuel in the furnace to change water into steam. That is nothing but the boiler is also called as a steam generator. So generating of the steam, it is nothing but thermal energy. Now the next part is turbine. The thermal power plants are generally three turbines are used to increase the efficiency: high pressure turbine, intermediate pressure turbine and low pressure turbine, that is HPT, IPT and LPT. Now the next part of this system is condenser. There are many types of condenser, out of which this is one of the surface condenser. The surface condenser is a cell and tube type heat exchanger where the cooling water is flows through the tubes and exhaust steam fed into the cell surround the tubes. As a result, steam condenses outside the tubes. The figure consists of: outside of it is a cell, inside of it number of tubes. So from the one side the water is fed it in, and another side the water is exhaust, water outlet is there. From the another side at the counter side, steam is entered into the cylinder over the number of tubes, so that we are going to get the condensate. It means that steam is going to converted into the water, that is nothing but called as condensate. Now next one of the equipment is cooling towers and ponds. A condenser needs a huge quantity of water to condense the steam. Most plants are cooling system where warm water coming from the condenser is cooled and reused. Cooling tower is a steel or concrete hyperbolic structure with the height of 150 meter. The important one is height is around 150 meter. So next is feed water heater. Feed water heating improves overall plant efficiency. Thermal stresses due to cold water entering the boiler drum are avoided. Quality of steam produced by boiler is increased. That is the function of feed water heater. Then next one is economizer. This is one of and the accessories used to increase the efficiency of the boiler. Flue gases coming out of the boiler carry a lot of heat. An economizer extracts a part of heat from flue gases and uses it for heating a feed water, saving coal consumption and higher boiler efficiency. Now the advantages and disadvantages of this system are: the fuel the fuel used is quite cheap, less initial cost as compared to the other generating stations. It can be installed at any place irrespective of existence of coal. The coal can be transported to the site of plant by rail or roads, so that in many of the plants the rail or the roads system are available. So this system has having some of the disadvantages. So the first one is it pollutes the atmosphere due to producing large amount of smoke and fumes. Next, the higher maintenance cost and operational cost, and one more is huge requirement of water. So these are the advantages and disadvantages. Thank you.